carried. We're going into game two. Game two of Team First Blood up against New Wave. Team First Blood winning one. To those that don't know, this is a best of 5. Team First Blood does have the upper hand, and New Wave needs to do something here if they want to keep the playing field even.
I like this, right? So it's actually Kid on this jungle Themis, like we were, talking about. He could flex into, but still, it's the matchups here with the jungle emblems, right? And so now the pace is going to be a little more even, I would say, and Indo should be able to contest those early objectives better. Now that's really where they could shine here, Trex, is if they can contest those early, the early turtles, especially. Jappa actually quite a bit of damage on this gold Nathan here, but already look at the focus here.
Oh, yeah, that could be bad. Joy Boys is coming in. Jappa brought a little bit low, but they decide to back off. You don't want to take that tower shot. And there's the patience once again from Team First Blood. You probably could have got that kill, but you would have gone down for it as well. And you didn't want to take that risk.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, right, going back to the whole game plan here for New Wave is really you want to go ahead and contest those early objectives because you can't give them away like they did previously, right, in the previous game here, because Team First Blood, they know how to punish that. And once again, we have talked about this in the draft, and up to this point, the 3 beefy boys, how do you get past them? The other thing, too, is now that Luffy is on this Phoveus, we've seen the potential of demonic forces throughout this tournament alone, and even other tournaments. Phoveus is a very high priority pick for a lot of these teams just because of the demonic force alone, right? And that tankiness, trying to zone people out, too. And already, focus here in the mid lane.
Yeah, a little bit of focus onto Indo right now. Tries to use that lethal counter to get away. Dogtor comes in with the saving grace, able to take out Kid. Prophecy may just be next on the line. Flicker comes in, and Prophecy is off. Demonic Force trying to salvage something, maybe get a pick onto Ziggy, but quite can't finish it. Gets frozen up from Tamal and stopped in his tracks. Here comes Jappa rotating all the way from the top, able to take out Luffy. That will be it. Tamal now on the run along with Ziggy. But that is a nice 3-for-1 trade overall on the map, Nice.
Yeah, that's huge. And now, actually, Team First Blood is actually going to go and give a go on this turtle. Indo going to just take it out from under their noses. The power of the retribution and lethal counter. That's what we can expect from Ballman, right? When that's locked in there, that's what you want to see. But going back to that team fight before that, again, it was just bad timing, right? Prophecy didn't have the black shoes available. I mean, look at the instant replay here. We saw them, and this is already, Kid and Prophecy were down here at this point, but we saw New Wave. They fought this very well, and Ziggy didn't even have the real world manipulation, right? And here's the thing, though. Dogtor has 2 kills. He got those 2 early kills. He just went down, so he just died. But basically what I was going to say is Dogtor having those 2 early kills on this Dairoth is usually troublesome for whoever the lane matchup is, because he's one of the best scaling, especially early game heroes out there with that damage output in the XP lane. And that's why we see him picked up so many times even before, right, to counter Esmeralda, because usually even at level 2, he's already outputting a ton of damage. So this could play into their hands here, but now the focus on the top lane.
Oh, nice snipe shot onto Jappa there. Now, I think Gina Godmode needs to have this sniper out, right? Because from what we saw earlier, Jappa, with that S1, with that skill 1, definitely able to outrange Gina Godmode on this Beatrix. So it's going to be a game of who can land these skill shots, who can bring the other player down, and also who's going to have more focus onto that gold lane. New Wave this time around has been putting hard into Gina here, and Jappa has picked up a kill. Natan has gotten some recent buffs recently. Tamal with the fatal links does catch 2 of them. Jappa now coming in, trying to make a play. Tamal able to flicker away, and they disengage. New Wave playing it safe, not being too aggressive, but hold my word, possible play. The nice stun, the freeze, Joy Boy able to dash away. Prophecy playing the distance. But in the top, Gina Godmode able to take down Jappa finally. World manipulation does come out. Gina flickers away without a problem. She's going to go back to base safely.
Oh, they're not done yet.
They're not done. Dogtor also taken out. Kid able to get that kill. A nice pick. They are back and forth, brawling it out. Turtle falling into the hands of Indo. It's 4-4 on the board, but New Wave holding the gold lead.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, a lot of cross-map plays here, right? We can already see Indo trying to just assert his dominance here. He's just going to spin to win and get out. But, I mean, looking at the items, right? We can already see key items being picked up all across the board because, yeah, it's still pretty even in the gold, right? A little bit of a lead for New Wave here, but not too much. And again, right, some of those, what they're waiting for here for Gina God mode doesn't have the BOD just yet. But you can see continuously the focus here in the gold lane.
Yeah, and they are coming up. A nice heavy spin, trying to lock on to Tamal. He does get stopped, but it's too late into that ultimate. The Fatal Links come in. Prophecy trying to output some damage. Ziggy with the real manipulation, though. And Joybaj ends up getting taken out there. New Wave quick to come up and rotate to this gold lane and strike back. Now New Wave may have the advantage here. They're going to try to take this gold lane tower. And as you mentioned in the first game, it's a race to see who can take it first and let that gold laner start rotating back from the top. We are seeing a bit. Prophecy does go down. Tamal taken out as well. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but the tower finally falls into the hands of New Wave.
Yeah, I think this is one of the great things that New Wave has is Tamal this time, instead of being on that Masha, right, and you're on this Atlas, you can be okay being like, okay guys, let's pull the go here. I'm going to die, but we're going to set up an awesome Fatal Link so you guys can profit off it, right? And you can see off cam too, Dogtor getting a kill here. Once again, like I said, that Dairoth, he only had the Hunter Strike a little bit ago when we checked it out, but you know, he's already got quite a bit of damage just in his kit at this point in the game. And as we get ready for that next turtle here in about 15 seconds, it's going to be tough, right? Team First Blood, obviously in a comfortable position. Now the BOD's locked in there from Gina God mode. But, I mean, look at just this frontal wave coming out from literally New Wave, right? I mean, they don't have as many meatballs, but they have an Atlas and they have Indo on the ball mid. So that seems to be doing its job just fine.
Yeah, definitely. And the way they're just rotating Dogtor, though, may go down. Kid makes the play, able to get that kill. But the Fatal Links comes in, pulls Kid under the tower. Kid trying to get away, will be able to escape that, able to dodge that final tower strike, able to get out just in time. So Team First Blood doesn't want you to count them out just yet, but New Wave right now with this presence over the map, Joy Boys needs to be careful here. They can't just dive in like they did in the first game. Prophecy taking a lot of damage from Jappa, definitely starting to scale up, but New Wave is just snowballing right now. They are just holding together in this pocket formation, not letting them find any kinks.
All right, okay. You know, New Wave, interesting, right? In terms of like this lineup that we were talking about in the draft, they're doing a lot better than expected. I mean, yeah, especially going against what Team First Blood have here. Tamal looking for another setup.
Oh, Luffy will get taken down there, but Tamal pays the price. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. Feels equal on my side, but New Wave still controlling the map.
Oh, man. Okay, I don't think they're... actually... Baited.
Baited very well. And New Wave showing much better mechanical skills in some of these fights than what we saw in the first time. We thought they were going to have problems, but they are definitely doing much better overall in some of these micro fight mechanics.
I'm not sure here, Trex, if like these moments that Team First Blood is looking for, I mean, there is a lot of 1-for-1 trades happening, but I'm not sure if it's worth it for them, right? Because some of these kills, especially, once again, that one previously just went to Ziggy, right? Who's running that mystery shop, who's going to be locking in those items a lot faster. And now you did question, you know, does Eve have enough damage? And if you get to this point where you are in the game, where you're 2-0-4 running mystery shop, you will have good damage into the mid game, right? When that first big Lord comes up here. So that's the thing you got to watch out for. Yeah, some of these trades are kind of questionable because they seem forced from Team First Blood, where they don't really have to take some of these. And again, I think it's better if Team First Blood just farms up a little bit, because you can see even Joybaj is like, his plan on the Sakai isn't working like it did in game 1. And now, again, just a lot of these initiations.
Ooh, Fatal Links comes down. Speaking of initiations, Luffy will go down, but another one, Tamal, once again dies after that Fatal Links, and they keep on going. Indo will be next. Gina God mode, going God mode, trying to make some plays. Joy Boys getting singled out from Dogtor here. Jappa also doing a little bit of bush work. Prophecy just trying to defend this middle tower as much as possible, and Team First Blood finds a moment. They want to fight for this. They're starting onto the Lord, brought down to about half health. Ziggy and Jappa playing the wall here. Dogtor keeping the distance, waiting for the possible move. Does come in, but Kid secures the Lord. They will bow down as well. Dogtor getting taken out. Team First Blood found a moment. They've taken it. Lord goes into their hands along with Dogtor.
Big play there, right? Now they've evened the gold here across the board. I mean, looking at the instant replay, it started with Kid, right? But look, the force to fight this time from New Wave, and although they get Luffy down, they just end up losing this fight. They lose some key members here, meaning their jungler, right? Indo went down, so they didn't have the retribution available to contest the Lord, and now we see Team First Blood playing around that. But already, Luffy can be a lethal counter to the face here. But that's the thing, right? Team First Blood has gained some ground, right? They have the Lord going on the top lane, most likely going to make quick work of because, you know, New Wave, it's just the normal Lord, shouldn't really result into much. But what they can do, Team First Blood can open up the map here like they're going to go ahead and focus on that tier 1 turret in the mid lane. That's really what they have to do. They have to start continuing to get space around the map and looking for plays themselves.
Yeah, and they need, I think Tamal needs to be a little bit careful. Dog Tour going down here, Indo trying to make a play. Kid brought under the tower with the Fatal Links, but Gina God Mode locks down onto Ziggy. Ziggy in a bad spot. The double kill goes to Gina. Jappa now almost getting cut off by Joy Boys, but Tamal pulls back, doesn't want to force it. We're going to give another tower over to Team First Blood here.
Yeah, they get out of that whole play, the whole Lord play, they get pretty much 2 towers. They get a lot of space. Look at the gold swing now, right? Yeah. The entire game, New Wave was really in control, and it's slowly slipping out of their hands. This is Gene in God mode, going to get another turret here. And even top, right? The top turret is nearly down as well. So already, Team First Blood has switched the game around, right? And look at the items. They're in a very comfortable position, especially Gina God mode. That Malefic Roar, the BOD, that's why we're seeing so much of this burst output. And we can even see Gina God mode looking for those setups with the Wesker, right? And just looking for those iconic Beatrix moments that we're all used to seeing at this point. So, you know, and now here's another lockdown.
Oh, Indo's going to probably go down to this, trying to escape, but the flame shot finishes him off. Indo bites the bullet there. Now, you mentioned Gina, and I just feel like Team First Blood has been so patient with these fights. Gina waiting for Ziggy to bring out that real manipulation in the last big scrim, and comes right in on her, brings in the Nibiru's passion, and just melts Ziggy down, stopping that. Tamal, on the other hand, has been using these Fatal Links, but only catching 1, maybe 2 people at a time. I think New Wave needs to wait for their moment, wait for the big play, and make it happen.
Man, you know, I feel like Luffy letting out some of his frustration there, right? He's got the 5 deaths, but he was like, you know what, I got this flame shot on point, grabs the kill there. So, you know, that all these small things, these small kills that they're finding across the map are really setting themselves up for this first, you know, this is really the Lord here that counts, right? This first beefed up one. Again, we're going to see Tamal looking to get some vision and try to give the upper hand here to New Wave, because they do have great positioning, but here comes the conceal play.
Oh, Joy Boys does have that heavy spin on, only able to connect on Tamal. He does still have a half bar of health, but the damage is coming in. Luffy gets picked off in the back line. Jappa starting to do some big damage, forced to flicker away though, because Prophecy is just a little too much. Now Tamal also playing the distance, but the Lord Pit has gone into the hands of Team First Blood now. New Wave forced to retreat back to base. Ziggy does still have a real manipulation, does still have a bit of availability, and Team First Blood may just know that, so they decide to back off of this Lord. Now Dog Tour and the rest of New Wave are trying to make their move, but I think this is what Team First Blood wants. Gina holding out in this bush. Tamal knows, smells something, tries to push them back. Dog Tour coming in, a beautiful Fatal Links onto Gina God mode, but Gina God mode flickers back. Nibiru's passion comes in and Tamal may go down. Lord does fall into the hands of New Wave though. They bought enough time, but now New Wave is on the run. Indo taken out, so you get 1 kill for Team First Blood, but Lord is now crashing towards them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, with that whole event there, right, you saw that potential for a great setup here coming out from New Wave, but unfortunately for them, I mean, it was great play from Gina God mode, able to flicker out to safety, you know, pop some of that damage as well. But that's the thing. With them grabbing this Lord here, Trex, they can now try to even the score here, especially in the mid lane, right? They still have the tier 1 turret to deal with. They still have to work on that. New Wave needs to make a big power play through this pretty much, and that is just a space game at this point, right? You need to get that space, you need to get into the base here for Team First Blood, because as we're seeing both teams pretty much like they're still respecting each other's damage even at this point, right? It's still very close.
Yeah, definitely respecting each other. I like the way that in that last Lord fight, I've been a little worried about the way Tamal's been using those Fatal Links, but that time it worked. And he has been. He's been zoning certain members away, and maybe he only locks onto one, maybe he locks onto two, but he keeps them away from what New Wave wants. And in that moment, it mattered because it helped them get that Lord. It created enough space, as you said, for them to complete that. So now Lord is crashing in. Of course, I don't think this is the end of Team First Blood for this game unless we see some huge major mistake, but the game may be falling back in the hands of New Waves. A little bit of a back and forth here, Naisu.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to defend this fine. I don't even think Lord's going to make it to that tier 1 turret, as we can see pretty much the whole team on that bottom portion of the map, right? So they're going to deal with this. The thing is, though, New Wave does get these turrets, right? They're going to go ahead and try to focus on more turrets, but actually they don't even get the mid tier 1 turret, right? Unless the minion figures itself.
Fatal Links does come on. Gina God mode completely annihilated. Joy Boys coming in with the heavy spin, trying to keep them at bay. Does catch on to Kid here. Kid maybe in a bad spot. The stun comes in though. Kid forced to run away, ends up getting taken out from Dog Tour. That is a 2-for-0 trade. New Wave starting to come out in these team fights.
That's the thing. If you're Team First Blood, you got to be very aware of the frontal cone of damage coming out from New Wave, right? You're talking about lethal counter abysm, strike on low. Those two things you want to avoid. How are you going to get past that now? Luffy getting finessed on by Joppa here on this Nathan pick. And so at this point in the game, this is where Nathan really shines, right? He's got plenty of items across the board, especially that Berserker's Fury, the Malefic Roar, DHS. He's going to be doing a ton of damage like we just saw on the beefy meatball boys, right? That was the answer here. And also paired with that Inspire, I mean, this is tough to deal with. Now the siege in the second.
Tamal does go in. Gina God mode picked off once again. Joy Boy's trying to make a play, but Dog Tour is able to flicker away, and they get nothing. Tamal goes down, yes, but you lose your gold laner once again, and you lose your EXP laner. So at some point, they need to figure out how to keep Gina God mode safe here, because New Wave's doing a great job with Joppa, right? And Joppa doesn't even really need the peel. He can always flicker away, always escape with that entropy ultimate, right? So it's definitely going to end up being a problem if Team First Blood cannot get to Joppa here.
I feel like what's happening here too for Team First Blood is just Joybodge isn't having an easy time finding the right setups here on the heavy spin, and it's mostly just because, again, the amount of damage on New Wave this time around, especially that frontal cone of damage, is really messing with Joybodge, right? He hasn't died a bunch of times, but you can see the struggle there, looking for the right angles, looking for the setups here with the heavy spin. It's a lot harder this time. And now this next Lord comes up. Crucial for both teams here. New Wave's going to go ahead and start it.
Oh, Joy Boys is trying to come in, but the Lord is down to half health. Luffy not able to make a play, does get stunned up, and Indo takes the Lord. Tamal with the Fatal Links coming down. They will be shredded. Joy Boy will be first. Luffy will be next. Joy Boy actually still up, able to last around, able to actually get a kill onto Dog Tour there. But Gina God mode with the shotgun out. Ziggy will go down along with Joppa. It's a 3-for-2 trade. New Wave takes the Lord though, but overall Team First Blood should be able to shred it down with Gina God mode still up.
That was interesting. I mean, I was wondering, Gina God mode, that positioning there, but able, even with the Winter Truncheon being popped here, able to find a kill. I mean, even Joppa going down, right? And this whole team fight was kind of all over the place, but look at the burst damage coming out from Gina God mode, right? That's exactly what we expect from a Beatrix at this point. Yes, they should be able to handle this Lord just fine. They shouldn't lose any more turrets as long as they handle the waves as well. And this is, again, what I'm talking about, right? At this point in the game, 18 minutes in, it really just comes down to those mechanical decisions during the team fights, right? Joybodge, if he can find a pick, great. If he can't, then just use it to peel for Gina God mode, because like we just saw there, Gina God mode is this key, right? At this point in the game, both gold laners for both teams need to be protected, right? And what we're seeing a lot of is Tamal using those the Fatal Links for the initiations to really set things up into that real world manipulation. But again, you can kind of use those both ways as long as you can protect Joppa. Now the conceal play coming out from Joybodge.
Yeah, Joy Boys trying to come in anything. Gina does try to find an angle around the side, but Joy Boys couldn't make the play. so they decided to disengage, but I like the opportunity there, right? And they do gain a little bit of space onto this map. Now, it definitely is in the hands of these gold laners. They are the ones making the plays. Japa able to secure now 7 kills, Gina with 6. And also, it's going to be, like you said, Tamal and Joybaj. Who can make the better pick? Who can peel a little bit better for their gold laner? Doctor as well has done a good job. You mentioned him in the very early game, and even now into the late. He may not be the flashiest. He may not be, 5-0, but he has made it work. He's done enough damage, able to keep players like Kid and Luffy at bay, but here comes Luffy and Kid trying to do something. Demonic Force does come in. Tamal with those fatal links, but the rest of the team is not there. God Mode gets the kill, but Joybaj does go down as well. Both tanks, but Japa finally picked off. Gina God Mode able to find the right play, the right angle. Gina God Mode now hunting down onto Dogtor. Dogtor on the run. Gina has used that dash, but I got a feeling you may be able to catch up. Dogtor is trying to get away as Gina God Mode backs off, but Team First Blood now coming out on top. The gold is even, the kills are even, and we're 20 minutes in.
It's like, who can dash further here, right? Who's more athletic, basically. So, going back to that team fight, too, before that, it was a great one by both sides. But again, we saw the potential here, right? Gold lanes, the micro decisions, Gina God Mode coming out on top of that one. Even across the board, items already pretty much locked in for the majority of the teams. And now we're going to see another Lord, a big one here for both teams as they want to find the perfect setup, Trex.
Yeah, Luffy is playing the distance. Gina has come in from the bush, but this time the road manipulation does come out. Nabir's Passion able to finish it. Takes the Lord and takes them all. Gina God Mode now chasing down Indo as we do see Luffy into the back lane, able to take out Dogtor, and next will be Indo. That's a double kill for Gina God Mode. Luffy picks one up. Japa actually able to take out Luffy. Missed call on my behalf, but Lord is stomping. Lord is coming. Gina along with it, and the rest of the team, Team First Blood, is here to try to make this a 2-0. It's 4 up against Ziggy and Japa all alone. The crash comes in, and I don't know if there's much Japa can do here. Kid trying to zone them away. The Lord is connected, but Gina has the gun out and takes game 2 for Team First Blood. This could be a possible sweep.
Man, I was going to say, game 2 alone is just such a topsy-turvy game. Could have literally gone in either of the team's hands here, but still, Team First Blood just showing, it comes down to those micro decisions, and this time, once again, Gina God Mode. Just what a performance, Trex.